Sometimes we have to sit down and do a self examination first because I have learned that people, if someone have gotten sick and they went in the hospital, the first thing they want to do is think about someone sending them something dark, or they don't think about what have I done to cause myself to be sometime in that situation. Is it because of overeating, over drinking, alcohol, drugs? What are you doing to cause it? Or are you listening to a doubter, someone who always wants to shift the blame on someone else? Or are you listening to someone who's harming you and throwing the rock and hiding their hand and want to blame others? Or do you just blame others because you're not wanting to sit back and look at yourself and see that you need to make the necessary changes in your life to do better? You're just shifting the blame and you want to give it to someone else and hand it off. But we all have to sit and think about what we need to do for ourselves. And that is one thing that we need to learn about life. In order to make the necessary changes, we have to first do a self examination before anything can be done different. And if we're not willing to sit back and accept that at times we need to make changes, we can be wrong, we need to tweak things. If that is not accepted first, we made a mistake. How else can you reach certain goals and move on to certain levels? If you can't admit that to yourself, you will always be stagnant. You will always remain at the same level and you will never grow. And if you are a person that listens to others and allow them to dictate your life and tell you what is, and you don't think on your own with your own mind and with a sound mind to let you know that, you know what, let me sit back into my quiet space in my quiet room alone and let me go in prayer and meditation to see what is the root cause of why I'm going through this situation. To let it just be me and God and my prayers to see why am I dealing with this situation at this time and what could I do to make it better and to come up out of it. And make mental notes and start digging for answers instead of shifting the blame on someone else. And once you come out of it, you own your part of it, and whatever needs to be transferred to whatever someone else did, you give them their part of it as well. But it first takes you owning your part of it. What changes did that doctor told you that you needed to make before it got worse? Did you listen? Were you eating right? Did you stop drinking? Did you stop drugging? Did you stop doing whatever you needed to stop? Did you take your meds on time? Did you do all the necessary things? Did you go for that walk? Did you get your heart rate up? Did you do what was necessary before you can shift the blame on someone else? And blame something dark that someone else sent you who had nothing to do with it. That person went on with life. That person is doing their own thing and they don't think about you on a regular basis. Their mind is on their life, their joy, their happiness, and they have already gone on with life. But you have allowed someone in your space to keep feeding you with negative thoughts and not taking your power back and saying that I will no longer live this way year after year, day after day, hour after hour, month after month. It gets old. The older you get, the more wiser you should become. But it shouldn't be the older you get. This is not to hurt your feelings. It shouldn't be the dumber you should get. You have tails behind you, and your tails are your children that you have to teach and give them a better generation than what you had. Because I want my children to be better than me. And I want my grandchildren to be better than my children. That is why I instilled in them better than what I had. So that they can instill in them better than what I gave them. And better than who they are or will be. So that those cycles can be broken. When will it end? So stop listening to people when they come and tell you constantly that someone else sent something to you when you didn't do what you need to do for yourself. You got in that situation. This is 2025. Let it go. You didn't do what you needed to do. And you wound up in that hospital. And the one thing that the person who they claim that sent something dark to you, they're not going to destroy their life over someone petty at all. They'll never do that. Because they already know what is given can be returned. And they will not destroy their life over someone that they don't feel that is worth it.